Something that I wrote down was that this book allows me to declutter my brain in a way that notes in my phone cannot. Today's my second day of carrying around this little notebook here for writing things, thoughts, notes, video ideas, etc. And so far, I've had a great experience with writing stuff in here. I've filled up the first 2.5 pages already. I mean, they're small pages, but still. And one of the main points that I've realized just off the first 24 hours of writing in this thing is that my thoughts in my brain feel a lot less cluttered. Something that my phone has that this book doesn't have is the ability to overly clutter up my brain. Because there's so many different bits of information on my phone, it's hard to keep my brain going in a straight line. It goes in a straight line and then and over here, and then over here, and then over here. And it's hard to focus on it. So last night, I wrote in my book, declutter. And the objective of today was to not only declutter my brain, but to declutter my room. There's a lot that people say about decluttering your space to sort of help declutter your mind. To me, that feels like a pretty realistic thing. I think it's true for the most part, and I'm sure there's scientific study behind it, but it feels good. Something that I wrote down was that this book allows me to declutter my brain in a way that notes in my phone cannot. And by that, I mean, I have notes in my phone, but they are all in the same place, right? So we've got all of these notes. There's a bunch of different ones all over the place. And like, it's great to have them and they're all super nice and organized, but I have to open my phone, click on the Notes app, scroll through a little bit more, and find the ones I want to read. And yeah, with the book, I have to kind of look around and find it, but to me, it feels like it's all easier to find. I just gotta, until I find it. And I'm trying to, with this book, I'm trying to declutter my brain, so decluttering my room was also going to be a good start, because in the next year or so, I'll be moving out, and then I'll be needing to pack up a bunch of stuff anyway, so I want to get it sort of gone through to where there's less stuff to have to deal with later. Something I've been really bad at in my entire life, pretty much, is accumulating a lot of stuff. I'm the kind of person that thinks, I'm gonna keep it because I might need it later. There is no certainty that I'll use it later, and it's more likely than not that I will never use it again. And that's something that recently I've been trying to improve on, is realizing that stuff is just stuff. If it doesn't have a home, if it doesn't have a purpose, if I didn't use it in the last month, I probably don't need it. In the book, I actually made a little note after I wrote that, and it said, I have a little arrow pointing to it, and I said, I enjoy writing this stuff down. It's 4:30 a.m. So I had just gotten off work, and I was home, and I was getting wind down for bed, and I started writing a little bit. But along with the clutter, it always feels like, in yesterday's vlog, when I talked about how in the morning I have trouble with being on my phone a whole ton, and that my brain is having a hard time focusing on getting ready for the day when I've got 18,000 other things I'm looking at all at once. Not only does my brain get super cluttered, but my brain gets super overwhelmed. If I've got 18,000 different things I'm looking at all at once, it keeps me from doing anything because I'm so everywhere. My brain is spread so thin instead of just focused on one thing. Now, this is only my second day writing in this, and we don't have that much data to really tell what kind of effect it's made, but I can just tell you, after the first day, it's been great. I have a note in here. I just wrote a couple of sentences as to why I like writing in this so far. It fits really well in my pocket. I almost forgot it was there one time. I genuinely, because it fits really well, so I just forget it's there sometimes. But with all the perks that I found so far that are going to help me declutter my brain, that are going to help me stay off of my phone as much, and it's just generally overall going to help me. With all of that in mind, there is still one thing that the notebook doesn't have.